Hey, hello and welcome to today's GFG problem of the day. Hope you're doing well. So let's say today's problem, edit distance. So what the problem is saying is we'll be given two strings, okay? And what we want to do is we want to return the minimum number of operations required to convert string 1 to string 2. So for example, let's say um, so the string 1, right? S1, if it is geek, right? And S2 it is GSEC, right? GSEC. So, so what the problem is saying is we want to find out the minimum operations, minimum number of operations required for string 1 to convert into string 2. Okay. Now, what are the possible operations? We can insert a character at any position. We can insert a character at any position, right? At any position of the string, or we can remove. We can remove any character from the string, or we can replace any character from the string with any other character. Okay, so three operations we can do. We can either insert a character, delete a character, or replace a character. So in this case, if you see, right, so we'll just simply insert S here, right? In order to make this S1 to S2, so we can simply insert S here so that this will be equal to this, okay? And what will be the minimum number of operations required? It will be required 1, right? Because we are inserting only one character, okay? So that's what the problem is. So we want to find out the minimum number of operations required in order to make string 1 to string 2. Okay. So what we can do is, what we will do basically is, for example, let's say this is S1, right? And this is S2. Okay. And this is S2. So what we'll do is we will um, start with the last character. For example, the position for this last character, for this S1, right? For this S1, when we start from last, it will be N and this will be M, right? So what we'll do is, for example, we'll now compare the characters. For example, here it is A and A, right? Both have both strings are ending with A. So in this case, what we're going to do, for example, if this is a function N, M, right? This is a function, right? And N is the position of S1 and M is the position of S2, right? So both the characters are matching. So simply what we're going to do, we are going to call this function recursively, right? With N minus 1 and M minus 1. We will decrement N and M because both these characters are matching. So no operation is required, right? So we'll decrement N and M, right? M will point here, N will point here. Now, for example, let's say this character, the character at last position was B and here it was A, right? And here it was A. That means these are not matching. These are not matching. So this will come in our conditions. What it is going to be, there can be like, we'll have to do now three operations, right? This insert, remove, or replace. Okay. So let's say for example, we insert, right? We insert here an additional character A. We insert an additional character A. Okay. So in this case, what we're going to do, since now we have inserted one character, right? One character A, okay, and this now both are matching, right? A and A both are matching. So in this case, we'll keep N as is because we still need to match B, right? We still need to match B, okay, and we will decrement M. We'll decrement M because A has matched, right? So we'll decrement M, right? M minus 1. And what we'll do, we'll take the number of operations as 1 because we have inserted a character, right? We have inserted a character. Okay. Now, for example, let's say now this is the one possibility to insert. Now if for example, if we remove the character itself, for example, let's say we remove this B itself rather than, so what was the state, right, of the string? So it was like this, right? That's what it was. So B and A. So what is the second possibility? So we can remove this character itself from S1. So as we need to make S1 to convert S1 to S2, right? So the second possibility is we'll remove this character itself. So in this case, what will be the function call? The recursive function call, it is going to be N minus 1, right? As since we have removed that character, right? N minus 1, and this M will be as is because this A still needs to be matched with the remaining string, right? With the remaining string. So we will keep M as is and we'll decrement N, right? And we'll take 1 because 1 plus 1 operation we are going to add because you've deleted a character. Okay, we have deleted a character. Now, the third possibility is replace, right? Replace a character. For example, again, let's write this. If it is B here, right? And here, if it is A. So what we'll simply do is, this is N and this is M, right? This is N. So we will replace this character with A, the third possibility, right? The third operation, we'll replace this character with A. So now after replacing it, the character matches, right? So in this case, what we're going to do, we will decrement both N and M because the characters matched after replacing, right? After replacing. Okay. And we'll add 1 to it because we have done one operation by replacing the character. Okay. So these are the three recursive function calls, right? And what we're going to do is we are going to take the minimum out of these three. the minimum operations, right? The minimum operations required to convert S1 to S2 with these three possibilities. Okay, so we are going to take minimum of these three. Okay, these three operations. So that's what the intuition is. Okay, I hope you've got the intuition. So let's go to the code. You'll understand better. Okay, before going to the code, I'll request you to subscribe to my channel, as a lot of effort goes into solving these problems and creating videos. Thank you so much. So let's what we are going to do is, for example, let's take int n as str1.length, right? So first I'll show Java code followed by C++. Okay, int m equal to str2.length. Okay, then what we are going to do? We will have a util function. Okay, util function wherein we will pass str1, str2, the length of str1 and length of str2. Okay, so here we have a util function. Now what we're going to do is we will int util. This will return the minimum number of operations. This util function. Okay, string str1, string str2, int n, int m. Okay, so we have this util function. Now again, we'll discuss a few base cases later on. So first, let's write the minimal code, the discussed code, whatever we have seen, right? If first of all, if the character matches, right? If the character matches at position n minus one, right? N minus one. So n is what? The length of the string. And so we are now comparing the last character, right? We are comparing the last character. Okay. So first we'll compare the last characters. Okay, if they match, then no operation is required. The character is matching. So simply we'll call this util function again recursively str1, comma str2, right? And we will decrement both n and m because both the characters at n and m have matched. Okay. If this is not the case, now here we'll also return util, right? If this is not the case, so what we're going to do, what the case will be. So first of all, if we let's say math.minimum, right? So first of all, if we insert a character, then how we'll call the util? We will pass str1, str2 as is. Okay, but we will keep n. We'll keep n because what we are doing is we are inserting the character, right? So when we are inserting a, right, in this, right, we are inserting a, right? So we are matching, the characters are matched, right? But this particular character, we still need to match with the remaining string of str2, right? And this is matched with this. So we'll decrement m. But we'll keep b as is. So this is the insert operation. Okay, the insert operation. So we'll keep n as is and we'll decrement m. Okay, then we'll have plus one here because we are inserting the character. Now we'll take the math.min of the remaining operations, right? The deletion and the replace. Okay, so util will call again, let's say, and we'll pass str1, str2, right? And what we are saying here is, so this particular condition in order to delete. So we are deleting this character since these are not matching. We are deleting the character. So now what we want to do is, we will decrement n, but we'll keep m as is because this need to match with the remaining string, right? The remaining string. This need to match with the next character or the previous character basically, right? Of string s1. Okay, so we'll keep m as is. We'll decrement n. Okay, so we'll decrement n and we'll keep m as is, right? So here we have what? Okay, so this is okay. Whatever it is, plus one will do for the delete character operation. Okay. Otherwise, now what we are doing, the third operation is to replace, right? To replace. So we will replace b with a, right? So in this case, both will match and we'll decrement n and m both, right? N and m both, right? So let's take str1, comma str2. We'll decrement n and m as well. Okay, and we'll simply do plus one for replacing the character. Okay, so on a high level, so these are the major business logic. Now there are few base conditions. For example, let's say if it is f of 0 on m, right? That what does this mean? This is an empty string, right? The str1 is empty string and str2 is the length of m. So in order to make str1 to str2, so we'll need to insert m characters, right? M characters in order to make str1 to str2. So will require m number of operations. So for example, so if n equal to 0, then we'll say what? Return m. Return m will say, right? Or else the other way around. For example, if we have string n, right? And here it is 0. what does this mean? So this str1 is of length n and str2 it is 0, right? So in order to make str1 to str2, so we'll have to delete the characters, whatever characters are there. So we'll have to delete n characters. So if m equal to 0, so what we'll do? If m equal to 0, we'll return n. We'll return n. Okay, so these are the base conditions. Let's now compile this. Now, this we need to do one more thing. So first of all, we'll return here, return here. Okay, so we need to do one more thing, one more major thing we want to do. Okay, so we'll get a TLE basically if we just run this. Now, this is a code, the code is absolutely correct, but we are going to get TLE. See, the code is compiled successfully. Now we'll submit it, but we'll get TLE here, or we should be getting TLE here. Okay. So because there are repeated sub problems, so there will be stack overflow. Okay, so here if you see, right, test cases, time limit has exceeded. So what we want to do is we are going to use dynamic programming, that is memoization. Okay, because there are repeated sub problems. Okay, so we'll use this dynamic programming. In n plus 1 we are going to take n plus 1 and m plus 1. Okay. Okay, now what we are going to so we are going to pass here dp, right, dp, and also we'll initialize the rdp with -1. Okay, so int arr dp arrays dot fill dp with arr with -1. So we are initializing the 2D matrix with -1. Okay, and we'll pass dp. We have passed here. We'll also pass on dp in the util function. dp and here it will be dp. Okay, so here we have passed dp. Now what we're going to check is, first of all, before returning, we will assign or we will store in this 2D matrix, that is dp array, will store the result, right? So that will store the result, and I'll tell you why we are storing here dp of nm. Okay, so we are storing the result because it can be repeated. It will be a repeated sub problem. So here we are going to check if this was already computed in some previous step. If how will it check? If it is not -1, that means the result was already computed. So simply return dp of nm, right? dp of nm. Okay, so now this should run. Let's first compile it. Okay, it is compiled successfully. Let's submit it. Yes, it's submitted successfully. Yes. So this is a solution. I hope you have got the solution. Please subscribe to my channel, like the video. Okay, let's quickly see the C++ code as well. So here's the C++ code. It is almost same. So here what we're doing is, okay, for string 1, we are taking m as a size, right? And string 2, we are taking n as a size. So here what we are doing, we are initializing that we are taking the 2D DP array, okay, and we are initializing -1. We are passing this both strings n and m. So this is what. So if the result was already computed, we are returning dp of pos1, pos2, right? And what we are doing here is pos1 is nothing but n and pos2 is nothing but m. Just consider that, okay? And here what we are doing is, if the characters match, we are decrementing both position 1 and position 2. Okay, and we are calling this function recursively, and also we are storing in the dp array. Okay, if it is not matching, then these are the 3 operations we are doing: insert, delete, and this replace. Okay, and we are taking the minimum out of this these 3 operations. Okay, so this is what the problem is. I hope you have got the problem. So also I'll add this code into the comment section so that it will be easy for you. Okay, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, like the video. Have a happy, healthy, and a great day. Thank you so much.